Have you ever felt caged inside your own house? Yes, we all did during the lockdown, but it is absolutely not acceptable to live in a cage. So, have you ever wondered how zoo animals feel? To do so, let's look at the summary of A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. Animals in zoos, how do they feel? Are we helping them or are we making it worse for them? Norris raises this question in his description of a caged tiger. The tiger paces around his small cage in quiet anger at being locked in a cage. The tiger should be in the wild, hunting. He should be hiding in shadow, stalking his prey. He should be quietly crawling through the grass near the water, ready to ambush any deer happening to pass by. The tiger should also be roaring near houses, at the jungle's edges. He should be displaying his fangs, his claws, creating fear and panic in the village. But he is locked in a cage. His ferocious strength is also locked inside. He walks up and down his cage, ignoring the visitors. The zoo is now closed. The tiger hears the last sound of the day, the sound of cars patrolling the zoo. He looks up with his bright eyes to the sky filled with bright stars. And perhaps he is thinking of his life in the jungle. Perhaps he is thinking of his freedom. Now let us look at the literary elements of the poem, A Tiger in the Zoo. In the poem, the poet repeats words like quiet and brilliant to emphasize the beauty of the tiger as well as his reach. Norris uses a metaphor in the phrase, on pads of velvet quiet. By doing so, he compares the paws of the tiger to velvet. By that, he means that the tiger's paws are as soft as velvet. He stalks in his vivid stripes, the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. There are two different rhyme schemes in the poem. In this stanza, the words cage and rage rhyme with each other. The words stripe and quiet do not rhyme with each other. So the rhyme scheme of this stanza is A, B, C, B. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. None of the words rhymes with each other, so the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, D. Now that you have a better understanding of A Tiger in the Zoo poem by Leslie Norris, it is time to put your fresh knowledge into practice. In exam, passages often come from poems, and you must identify the title of the poem just from its lines in order to write it down. The name of the author is also questioned in the MCQ question that is based on the poem's lines. You should practice different MCQ questions from the passages, also practice long and short answer questions separately, which are asked in your exams, and for that take the tests on EduRev, and review the detailed summaries of this poetry, and much more that is available only on EduRev. All the best! And thank you for watching the video.